J-Drone here. We are indoors because it is raining outside and I'm not taking this out into the rain. So we're going to show you the flyability of this. We're going to also record and give you a look at the camera a bit more.
Alright guys, here we go, ready for takeoff. And notice the only lights in the building that I really have on are the sconces on the walls, and we're having light come in through the glass there. So this camera is doing a really good job adjusting to the different light levels. And here you can see it adjusted really well. We do have a little bit of lines, if you could notice it. They're not bad, but that's only because those top lights there, that's the only lights in this room. There's no lights that are coming off the walls, so it's getting a little bit of a shadow from the propellers. Now when we go out here and the sun's shining in on the propellers, then that's probably going to go away, because then you have light coming from your left and your right as opposed to directly above, which is causing those lines. If you ever notice those lines when you're flying outside and they're really visible, there's a good possibility the sun is almost directly overhead or pitched at a certain angle that you're getting those. And we are coming out into the hallway here. I'm going to pan left, and those lines are gone. Again, that's because there's not lights directly overhead casting a shadow down on the propellers. And the majority of this flight I'm trying to fly just by sight of my FPV screen. I never really let this get too far out of my range. Like, I'm constantly staying about a good 30 to 40 feet behind it, but I'm trying to navigate just by the FPV screen. And my camera on this, it's fixed. What do I mean by fixed? I have one wire plugged into the drone itself. The number one wire is the wire that controls the function from the controller to the drone, which will allow you to start recording and stop recording. If you didn't have any wires on and you turned the camera on, it would turn on, it would look like it's functioning, but you wouldn't be able to start and stop it. The first wire, if you plug that in, one, your camera's going to be stationary, so you could adjust your tilts and whatnot while you're flying via screen like I'm doing and trying to fly through doorways and whatnot. And two, you'll be able to control your function. And again, notice all the different light changes here. We have a yellowish light here, we have light from the window. This camera's doing a really good job adjusting. And again, kind of get the lines through it, because we have lights all the way around. But then when you get into this light, there's no shadow on top of it, so you don't get any type of lines. That's just typical, and if you've been wondering, now you know. The flyability of this thing's nice. I mean, I zoomed it around in a very small room yesterday with it and was able to control it, which I was very impressed I was able to control it and did not bounce it off a wall. And here I'm showing you the stability of it. I don't have the gimbal running. The gimbal's not running. This is stable. My camera's stable. There's no gel on this. There's no shake on this. And I'm pitching it. So all in all, I'm very happy with this drone. I am inside, so I'm not using GPS. This is a completely manual flight. And I'm very happy with this. And right now, you really don't see the lines despite having overhead lights. And the reason for that being is because we have so much light coming in. There, you see it a little bit. But right now you don't. We have so much light coming in from the windows that it's not casting that hard shadow just from having lights directly above you. FPV screen's nice. FPV screen has its own battery, the controller has its own battery, the drone has its own battery, and the camera has its own battery. You have to charge all that stuff minus the controller. Here's a little zoom down the hallway. Not really fast, but a little bit quicker than I was going. I'll show you a little bit of the speed of it once we get out of that last room down there. We're gonna go in here quick. This is so much fun. I mean, outdoor flights are nice, but these indoor flights, gonna go ahead and bounce underneath this table quickly. This is fun. And if I had the time, I'd set this entire room up. No way I was flying under chairs and flying under tables and whatnot. It'd be really entertaining, but that would take quite a bit of time, and then I'd have to clean it all up. So we don't want to do that. I really just wanted to give you a look at this camera, give you a look at the stability of the drone itself. And the flyability. I mean, this thing is nice. I like it a lot. As you can see, it just cruises. If I want to pick it up, if I want to pick up the speed, it'll do it. This thing's quick as all heck. If I want to navigate through a narrow doorway like this, like butter, no issues whatsoever. And this isn't a tiny drone. This isn't a super tiny drone. This drone has some size to it. Yeah, I can't wait to get this outside and really show you what this camera is capable of as far as aerial photography. Because this is inside stuff. It's complete night and day, but you can see the detail here. You can see the woodwork in the floor, and we're gonna give you a really good look at that zooming under here. You can see the woodwork in the floor. You can see the detail in the curtains. Like you can see everything in this. There is no blur spot to the left, no unfocused spot to the right. This entire image is completely focused. And here, I'll show you a little bit of the speed this thing has. I'm not gonna go too crazy with it, but here we go. Watch this. This thing hauls. No joke, this thing hauls. If I wanted to zoom down the entire hallway at some ridiculous speed, it would do it. I don't want to do that. One, I don't want to break it. Two, I don't want to break anything in here. And I'm just going for the FPV flight. Guys who fly that fast generally have goggles on. I don't have goggles on. I'm going off of the screen here. So to actually focus on a small screen while it's going that fast is a little bit difficult, but I definitely wanted to show you the speed of this. And again, look at all the different lighting conditions that we're dealing with. Going in from one room, going into another room, the lights on the sconces, all light coming through the windows. This thing is dealing really well with all these different light conditions. I'm very impressed by it. We're gonna go back in this room here. And again, notice how stable this is. Even during that speed flight, and even during the jerkiness right there, where I kind of almost hit the door, no jello to be spoken of. Very clear image. And here, our low voltage level is going off. The low voltage level here is for the camera, because I was able to fly it after this, and the camera did shut down. So pay attention to your voltage levels. I'm J Drone. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and have a wonderful day.